Let's start with sitting up straight. Hands on your knees, back straight, relax your shoulders, close your eyes. And start to inhale and exhale. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Gently bring your hands together, start rubbing them together and place them on your closed eyelids. Rub your hands across your face and with a few blinks, open your eyes. Let's start with neck rotations. Inhale as your head goes back and exhale as it comes forward. Let's go in the other direction. Inhale, take your head all the way back and exhale as it comes forward. Large circles with your neck. Now inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Once again, inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Come to the center and let's look from side to side. And once again, come to the center and ear to shoulder. Good. Okay, stop the practice. Interlock your fingers together. Extend the arms up and back. So try and push the hips down, push the groin down as you extend the arms up. And now release the arms, right hand on left knee and twist back. Try and make an effort to get the chin as far back as possible also. And come back to the center and once again interlock your fingers together. Extend the arms up and slightly back. And then you're going to release the arms, left hand on right knee and twist back. And come back. Now place your hands flat on the floor in front of you, walk forward. Place the forehead, nose or chin on the floor. And you're going to slowly walk your hands back. Place both hands on either side of the right knee and then walk forward. And try and get the forehead as close to the floor as possible. And then slowly walk back. Now the same thing on the other side. And slowly walk back. Now place your hands flat on the floor next to you. Reach out with the other hand and look up. And come back to the center, same thing. On the other side, extend the arms out, look up. And come back. Now extend both legs out, Upavishta Konasana. Extending both legs out, trying to push the groin down. When you push the groin down, then you'll be able to lift the chest up. Toes are pointing up, don't allow the feet to sleep. Heels pushed out, hands on the floor in front of you and walk forward. Yeah, constantly focus on rolling the thighs in as the back of the knees go down. Good. Come back. All right. Now, with the left hand, you're going to hold the right, you're going to just touch the right toes and then to the opposite side. So just dynamically You're going to go from side to side. Yeah. And you can use your momentum also. So if you're unable to touch, try and go faster and pull those toes in also. Yeah. Alright, stop the practice. Now come on all fours, knees on the floor, hands on the floor. And let's start with the tiger breathing. So you're going to inhale, push your belly button to the floor, look up. Exhale, push your chin into your chest, curve your back, pull the tailbone in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, push your chin into your chest, curve your back, pull the tailbone in. Once again, inhale, look up. And exhale, push your chin into your chest, curve your back, pull the tailbone in. Come back to your base position, start your wrist stretches. So you're turning the hands until they face you, and then turn them back. Again, same thing, turn so that they face you, then turn them back. And finally, stay there with your hands facing you. Start to rock back and forth. And side to side. Okay, and stop the practice. Bring your hands back to their original positions. Place your toes on the floor and lift your knees up off of the floor. Push the tailbone up. Keep the knees bent. Keep the neck relaxed. And almost as though the head is just hanging down. And then slowly start to straighten one leg, then the other leg. You're walking in place. And then straighten both legs. Roll the thighs in. And keep your head hanging out in front of you. Good. Now bring your hands slightly closer to each other. Bring the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Place the left knee on the floor. Look over your right shoulder at your ankle. Both hands flat on the floor. Good. Now switch legs. Take the right leg back, left leg forward, and do the same thing on the other side. Good. Now switch legs again. Take the leg back and bring the right leg forward in between both hands. Place the left knee on the floor, push the hips down, rock from side to side. And then push the heel into the floor, extend this leg back. Yeah, do not move the position of your hands. The hands stay planted where they were. This is not only to stretch the hamstrings, but also the back. So the more you allow the hands to come back, the less you're stretching your spine and your shoulder blades. Now come forward again. And go back. Come forward again. And go back. And once again, come forward and switch legs. Take the right leg back, left leg forward, right knee on the floor, push the hips down, rock from side to side. And then again, push that heel into the floor and extend back. Yeah. Come forward and extend back. Come forward and extend back. Good. And then come forward again and bring the other leg forward as well. Hang here, allow the arms to just dangle forward, top of the head is facing the floor. And now slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll yourself up to a standing position. Alright, now as usual, we'll start with the Surya Namaskars, 12 rounds. So come to the front of your mat, hands in the Namaskar Mudra. Nisha, you're saying something?
Yeah, everybody is not on mute. The screen is shifting to other participants.
Okay, let me mute everybody. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So now it should be okay. Okay. So let's begin with the Surya Namaskars. Come to the front of your mat, hands in the Namaskar Mudra. And let's begin. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, come down. Left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, left leg forward, right leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up, exhale, come down, right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, right leg forward, left leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up, exhale, come down, left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, left leg forward, right leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up, exhale, come down, right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, right leg forward, left leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up, exhale, come down, left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, left leg forward, right leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up, exhale, come down, right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, right leg forward, left leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up, exhale, come down, left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, left leg forward, right leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Last one, inhale, take your hands all the way up, exhale, come down, right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, right leg forward, left leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up, exhale, come down, left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, left leg forward, right leg forward, inhale all the way up and back. Good. Have a small sip of water and then go into your child's pose. Child's pose. Yeah, rest your forehead, rest the hips, back on the heels, rest. Allow your exhalations to become longer than the inhalations. Alright, okay, come up. So now the first thing that we look at, the first asana that you look at in any practice of yoga, if you are a practitioner, if you're a yoga practitioner, we always look at the basics. And the first asana for any standing asana is the Tadasana. So Tadasana is basically also called the mountain posture, and you stand with your feet either together or slightly hip width distance apart, and with your hands facing forward. So if you look from the side, the shoulders are always pushed back, the chest is slightly lifted, and the arms are, down to the floor. Now, this is how you would do it if you have nothing to really tell you whether you're straight or not. Okay, now, and you have to, see, I can tell that a lot of people are unable to stand quietly. See, that's like, even though it's Tadasana, the idea is to stand absolutely still. You have to stand absolutely still. So not even a little bit of movement. When there's even a little bit of movement, then you know that the mind is not stable, or that the mind is thinking about too many things. It's not really an unstable mind, but it's not a mind that can focus properly. So the idea in Tadasana is not just to stand straight, but also how calm is your mind. Are you moving right now? How much are you moving and why are you moving? Are you unable to adjust your body? How is it? The Tadasana has that sort of aspect to it also. So if you're able to, Mrs. Rishi, hands, palms facing forward. Not neck, yes, palms facing forward like that. Because you want an external rotation on the upper arms and the shoulders also. With that external rotation, then the shoulder blades come closer to each other. Yeah. Now everybody will do the same thing against a wall. Okay? When you do it against a wall, you will stand with your heels touching the wall, your buttocks touching the wall, shoulder blades touching the wall, and the hands at the back of the head and the arms also touching the wall. So find a wall and do it against a wall. Find that stability. If you have any like a history of back pain, severe back pain, then you can keep your feet about hip width distance apart. But if there is no history of back pain or chronic back pain, then feet together. Ms. Rishi, hands slightly closer. Yeah, yes, but the palms always facing forward. Maybe feet together. Toes, yes. Even the little toe, the big toes, the inner edges of the big toes touching. Shoulders pushed back. Lift your chest up. Even as your shoulder blades go down, you're lifting the chest up. You're trying to decrease that space between the back and the wall. The spine, because of its curvature, your back will not be flat on the wall. But you try to decrease it. You try to decrease that space. When you decrease that space, you will automatically be lifting the rib cage up and pushing the feet in tighter into the floor. Find that stability starting from your feet. The feet have to be tight on the floor. But it has to be an effortless effort. See, the feet have to go into the floor, but it should not generate any more, more confusion in your body, in your mind. Your feet have to be stable and pushed into the floor. Don't think about whether you're doing it right, doing it wrong. Are your feet stable on the floor? If yes, then your feet are there and you can forget about that. Then, are you able to feel both feet, both legs touching each other? The inner edges of the legs touching each other. Are you able to feel that your hips are touching the wall? Are you able to feel that the shoulder blades are coming closer to each other and are also against the wall? The tip of the shoulders in the back should also be pushed against the wall. That may not be possible for everybody right now, but yes, you do try to get that tip of the shoulders against the wall also. That forces the chest to lift up further, which is fine. Yeah, and then the back of the head will be touching the wall, so the neck will not be touching. Yeah, now just in this position, now you have a straight back, you have a straight body. Step 1 foot forward and maintain that straight body. Maintain that straight body. That is the Tadasana. Yeah. This is your Tadasana, and just make a note of whether the Tadasana that you did without the wall initially, because usually the entire body comes up. You're standing straight, you're standing away from the wall, yes. And you're pretending that you're still against the wall. So now compare, like the Tadasana that we did in the beginning and the Tadasana now after a little bit of guidance with the wall, is it the same? Yeah. I'm just watching, I'm just looking for little movements that people might have. Good. Okay. Relax. At ease. Relax. Yeah. So you see, Tadasana is not just standing straight. Okay. It is keeping your abdomen pulled in. The rib cage is expanded. Shoulder blades are closer to each other. And it is not just standing straight. There is a particular alignment for the Tadasana also. And a person whose mind is not calm will not be able to stand in Tadasana. Which is why you see little kids, like they can never stand straight, because the mind is always active. So the first thing you need to do when you have an active mind or an overactive mind is focus on Tadasana. Am I able to stand against the wall without moving at all? And eventually, even if your mind is very active, can you still stand, can it not have an impact on your body? Can you still stand up straight with the shoulders pushed back, without really, without it impacting the body. Good. Now from here, go into your downward dog. Your regular downward dog, hold the outer edges of the mat. Feet can also be the distance of the mat apart. Yeah, push the tailbone up. In Tadasana, I told you, go into your, don't look here, just go into your posture. In Tadasana, I told you that the quieter your body is, the quieter your mind. The same thing in this posture. You have to try to have minimal movement. Go into your downward dog and stay there with minimal movement. Otherwise, usually what happens is, you keep adjusting, you keep doing little things. There's a time to do adjustments and there's a time to be calm. Today the entire class is just to maintain that steadiness in your postures, and that is how these postures help with calming the mind down. Okay. All right, step forward, Uttanasana. Step forward, Uttanasana. And then stand up, Tadasana again. Tadasana. Come back to your basic Tadasana, and you now know how to do Tadasana because we've used the wall. Now keep your body in Tadasana as you lift your arms up. Urdhva Hasta Tadasana. Tadasana with hands raised. Yeah, now here also the whole idea is to keep your body as still as possible. And now if you could step towards the wall again, go to the wall and then again get that alignment. This time again your heels are against the wall, your hips are against the wall, shoulder blades, and now even the hands, the arms are against the wall. But the neck should be relaxed. So although the entire body is flat against the wall, the neck should be relaxed. Although the hands are up, relax the neck. And you'll know that the neck is relaxed because you can extend from the earlobe to the shoulder blade, you can extend that bit of the body. Your breath should be stable. Yeah, make it a meditative posture. Good. Elbows tight. Now step away from the wall. The entire body, step it away from the wall. Yeah. Roll the thighs in. And here notice, do you have a tendency to push the body weight on the toes? Do you have a tendency to push the body weight on the heels? Try to make the body like be very balanced on your feet, on the entire sole of the foot. Stay there. Hands up. Keep reaching the arms up. So just because you want the neck long doesn't mean that the arms stop working. The arms are still lifting up, still reaching up. Good. Okay. Okay, come down. Come down. Come down. Okay, and come closer to the screen. Come closer to the screen. So, see, what most of you guys do is you lift the arms up and you lift up like this. Okay, and what we want is this. The neck is long. So instead of this, here also you may be able to breathe. Here also, you're still in Tadasana, you might be able to stand against a wall, but this generates a lot of tension in the body. Okay, because just because you're scrunching the cervical spine, you have to keep the neck long. You have to make an effort to lengthen this side of the neck. That's where a lot of tension is stored. The arms are still going up, the elbows are still tight. See, the arms are absolutely straight. The distance between my hands is the distance between, it's hip width distance. My arms are still up, straight. Not out like this, they're straight, but the neck is also long. And it's not like my body is at rest. My body is totally, like my feet are pushing down, hands are lifted up. So there's a traction in the spine also. Okay? Can we practice Tadasana now in this manner? Practice it like this, where you're pushing the feet down, lifting the arms up. And the telltale, like I can always tell because the sides of the neck shorten. You don't want to shorten the sides of the neck. Keep the sides of the neck long. Yeah. Yeah. Nisha, try to push the shoulders down. Yes. Can you push them more down, further down? Yeah. And with those, imagine somebody is holding the shoulders there as somebody is pulling the arms up. Yeah, very good. Good. Okay, hands down. Now what you just did with the neck, do the same thing in downward dog. Allow the spine to breathe, the sides of the neck to breathe in downward dog. Same thing. Yeah. So again, you have to see, a lot of it is like, do you feel that the neck is long? So even in downward dog, although many of you may have your body falling onto the hands, you may not feel that your hands are resting, you may feel that your entire body weight is on your hands. Still, push those shoulders back and lengthen that neck. Yeah. Good. Okay, knees on the floor, Vajrasana. Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay, when you have any kind of any kind of problem related to the nervous system, any kind of symptoms that manifest which are a result of an imbalance in the nervous system. Anxiety is one example, but there's so many other problems that a lot of people are facing right now. The first thing that you need to do is release the neck, release the shoulders. That immediately makes you breathe normally again. So most of the asanas that we're going to be doing today, that we've been focusing on, they focus on that you lengthen lengthen the sides of the neck, which means that the spine, which is again directly responsible for your nervous system, also gets that break. Okay. So yes, yoga is great for many things, but you have to practice the asanas properly for you to get the benefit of that. And also these asanas should be practiced like this. So Tadasana, it is supposed to be practiced like this. Urdhva Hasta Tadasana is always going to be practiced with the neck long. It will never be with the neck scrunched up like this. Similarly, downward dog will also, if I were to do this in downward dog, that's also wrong. Downward dog should also be like this. Yeah? So you see the difference between this and this? If you see the difference, give me a thumbs up. So so if you do this and this, downward dog like this and then downward dog like this. So now I want you guys to practice that. Downward dog with like a short neck and downward dog with a long neck. So come into the downward dog. Yeah, proper downward dog. Now shorten the neck. Make the neck really short. Allow your shoulders to come close to the ears. And then lengthen the neck. Make the neck longer. Shorten it. Make it longer. Nidhi, I'm watching. There is no change, Nidhi. Try and change that. Lengthen the neck and make it shorter. Okay, knees on the floor. And watch. Okay, now you're actually going to get, if possible, if you have like some kind of raised platform. It can be anything. It can even be a small stool. But what you're going to do is, now you have to rest the forehead. Okay? I'm going to hold the outer edges of the mat. Keep my feet distance of the mat apart. And I'm going back. So here you'll have to find like the proper distance. I'm going back and placing the top of my head resting on the blocks. You can do this with one block also. Look at how much my upper back extends. So when I do this, again I can come down. If I release this, I can come further down. But none of these variations is making me do this. Okay, the reason I want my head to come down is so that the back of the neck can become longer. Hands stay where they are and it's the back of the neck which becomes longer. The head dips down. Okay, So I want you to try any of these variations. If you have a pillow, you could use a pillow. If you have a block, you can use a block. The idea is to lengthen the torso, the upper back, the neck, the back of the neck in your downward dog. Yeah, go ahead. I'm watching. Yeah, whenever you find your prop. Mansi, make that vertical. Put that vertical on the, yes. Yeah, Monica, hold the edges of your mat. With your hands, hold the edges, yes. And then, yeah, and that's fine. The previous, yeah, that's also fine. Yeah, perfect, yeah. Simi, step back with your feet. Yeah. Good. Yeah, Ritika, stay there. Stay there. Yeah. Mrs. Rishi, try to get the top of the head on the block. Yes, like that. So in fact, you could make the block even more flat, or you could use a smaller, height. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then walk forward, Mrs. Rishi, with your feet. And everybody else, rest. Rest. Bring your knees on the floor. Yeah. So Mrs. Rishi, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So see now, when you do downward dog, there's a tendency to like really push and do this, and you're really pushing, and it generates more tension in the body, you know. But when you take something, and in fact I've taken blocks, but those of you who have like the soft bolster or pillow, that's even better. It supports the head. Okay, the mind has it immediately makes the mind rest, the head rest. So this is how to do your downward dog for a problem like anxiety, for a problem like depression, for even tension and stress. Like if you get overly stressed and overly tense, this is how to do your downward dog. Okay, do you feel that there's a difference in regular downward dog and when you do this, when you use props? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, only if you feel that there's a difference. If you don't feel that there's any difference, then that's also okay. Then we just have to look at the postures a little bit more. But when your mind rests, okay, oh, and then, yeah, so now the next posture is going to show you that, okay. Next posture is stand up, come into your Uttanasana. With your feet hip width distance apart, and bring your fingertips on the floor. Use whatever you need to. If you need something under your hands to keep the back straight, use that. Yeah. Use whatever you need to and try to keep your back straight. Nidhi, bring your body weight on your hands also slightly, like you're leaning too far back. Yeah. And now everybody look forward. Extend the front part of the neck, look forward. As you look forward, push the knees back. Push the knees back. Yeah. Okay. Come up. Come up. Now you're going to do the supported version of this. So I'm going to use this, which is not an Iyengar prop. Okay, and the reason I'm using this is so that you can use whatever you have. So if you see my couch, I could use this also, depending on how forward I can bend. I want you to notice the difference between the Uttanasana that you just did and an Uttanasana where your head is resting. Okay, find, it can be anything, it can be a table also, but I want you to rest your forehead, and I want you to rest the front part, that flat part of your forehead. Yeah. Yeah, bring the forehead on top. Nisha, you can come closer to the to your sofa. Yeah. Nidhi, on top of that, place something on top of the chair also, so that you can easily reach. Yes. Yeah. Good. Yes. Very good. Good. Okay, now everybody come up for a second. Okay. Now I want you to make it, and all of this is Uttanasana. Okay, just because you're using a chair doesn't mean it's not Uttanasana. You're following all the rules of the posture. Now I want you to add another level. I want you to place your hands on top of whatever surface you're using and then rest your forehead. But be very mindful that you're not leaning forward. So you're not leaning forward like this. Okay? Your hips, knees and ankles in one line, and you're resting, and see my back is also straight. I'm not bending my back. Right? So I still get that stretch on the tailbone and the hamstrings. So try that. Try that. Wherever you are, hands. Yeah. Yes. And the reason we want to focus on straight knees and a straight back is because you still want Uttanasana. Maybe toes together. Yeah. Yeah. And here now start to experiment. Okay. If you were to walk slightly forward with your feet, it's just an experiment. What would happen? Suppose you walk slightly forward with your feet. How does that change the asana? If you were to walk back with your feet, how does that change the asana? Yeah. Yeah, and now come to your neutral feet, like where your feet are right under your hips. Come to that position. Mrs. Rishi, walk your feet slightly forward and your hips, push them back. Push the hips back. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so now make a note of how you feel here, and now go back into your regular Uttanasana with no props. Uttanasana with no props. Nisha, that's downward dog. You're coming into Uttanasana. Yeah. Because we want to compare. Yeah. And lift up. Lift up. Come up. Come into Tadasana. So you see, there's a huge difference. When your forehead rests, there is a sense of relaxation. You know, it does relax your mind. And also you must have heard Kapal Bhati. Okay, Kapal, it's like a pranayam. The front part of the forehead is the kapal. Okay, they say forehead shining breath, kapal bhati. But this part, that has to rest. The front part of the forehead has to rest. If I rest any other part of my head, it doesn't give me that sort of relaxation. So when you do downward dog, and I tell you rest your forehead on something, rest your head on something, it's either the top or the front part which has to rest. Okay, that's when you get the full calmness, the relaxation. So, do you feel that there's a difference between when you do the Uttanasana here and when you do it without anything? There's a subtle difference in the mind. Yeah, it's not just the body. Okay, there's a subtle difference in the mind also, because when you're doing the Uttanasana like this, all you're focusing on is the asana. You know, even when you can do the full asana, even when you can go completely down, everybody's just focusing on the asana. But when you want to move deeper, when you want to go beyond the asana and you want to go to the mind, then you have to stop thinking about the asana. Then you have to think about the mind. And the mind actually does relax when you do this. And the physical reason, the scientific reason for that is simply because the spine is relaxed. My thoracic spine is relaxed, my shoulders, the spine which is connected to the rib cage, all of that is relaxing. And that is why I can relax more in the supported Uttanasana than I can relax in like the unsupported Uttanasana, regardless of how good I am at yoga, regardless of how flexible I am. Okay? So these are a few like standing asanas and like the variations that you can do for relaxation and specifically for something like anxiety. Now you're going to sit down and we're going to go through again asanas that we've already been through, and I'll show you how you can do those with a view for relaxation. So the first asana, if you guys, a lot of you have your bolsters with you, and some of you have the chairs also. Yeah. Okay. First one is Janushirshasana. Okay, without the props. I want you to just go into your Janushirshasana like you would, where you would hold and you try to bring the forehead all the way down. Try to go into your best Janushirshasana. Show me the best Janushirshasana. Breathe. Even in this unsupported Janushirshasana, you breathe. Yeah. Good. Okay, come up. Come up. Now, those of you who have a chair, you're going to place your forehead on the chair and hands up like this. Okay? Those, or if you have a stool or something. Those of you who don't, those of you who have bolsters and blocks, you are going to try to rest on that prop, whichever prop you have, and extend the arms forward. Yeah. So those of you who have chairs, that's great. Place the forehead on the chair. So Mansi, for that, for the bolster, what you could do is you can place it across the foot. Like make it, yeah, yes, like that. And then place the forehead there. Yeah. Satya, you're right. You're doing it perfectly. Yeah, you're doing it perfectly. Yeah. What you want to observe is the quality of the breath, because that determines the nature of the mind, the quality of the thoughts. So Nisha, for you, you could even like place hands on top of that. Okay, if you want to use your block, that's also fine. Yeah, but you have to rest your forehead. Good. Come up. We're going to do this on the other side also, just to sort of balance the sides and also to observe a little more. So first, without the prop first, and hold. Yes. Go into your proper Janushirshasana. You're really trying to come down, trying to touch the forehead to the knee, forehead to the shin. You're really trying to come down, doing your best Janushirshasana. Observe your breath. Go to your maximum and just observe the breath. Don't change the breath. Good. Okay, come up. And now use whatever prop, the prop of your choice, and come forward. Yeah. So Satya, if you bring your foot underneath that stool, like under it, instead of on the side. Okay, fine. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, come up. So is there a difference between the breath, in the breath between the two sides, between the two variations? Yeah. Is there a difference? Okay, there's a difference in the breath, but is there a difference in the asana itself? Do you feel that that the asana is better when you use a prop? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Okay. Do you feel, okay, who feels that the asana is worse with the prop? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so by and large you feel that the asana is better with the prop. Now the next question is, why? Why is the asana better? Like, is it just because your mind feels better in the asana, or is it because maybe the prop is helping you, sit up more straight, maybe bend, like with the prop I can keep the back more straight, but without a prop maybe I'm bending like this. So that's a very personal thing. It's a little bit personal. So how is the prop affecting your asana? But again, Janushirshasana, there are days like an evening practice with Janushirshasana. It should always be with props. I mean, that's not like a hard and fast rule, but yes, if you want to relax in the evening, rather than doing a more dynamic practice, use a lot of props. It doesn't compromise on like how much you're bending and how much you're stretching, but it also adds that relaxation aspect to the entire practice. Okay? Now, Paschimottanasana is another posture that we do very frequently, which is just coming forward and holding the feet. And here again, I want you to go to your maximum. Hold the outer edges of your feet and see how far down you can come. Yeah. And when you're at your maximum, Satya, unless your back is injured, you keep your feet together. Then keep the feet together. Yeah. Okay. So now I want you to observe the quality of the breath. And the reason I talk about the breath is because it's hard to ask you about your mind. Like, because everybody will say their mind is normal right now. It's okay, I'm just in yoga class and that's where my mind is. But the breath will tell you if you're anxious, if you're tired, if you're refreshed. So make a note of how your breath is right now. Is it labored? Okay, and then come up. And now use your props. So those of you who have a chair, you're going to place your feet under that chair and come forward. Those of you who have a bolster, you're going to place your bolster across the shins and try to rest the forehead. And if you have a pillow, then you can come forward and place your forehead on the pillow. Yeah, and maybe push your heels out. Yeah, everybody's heels should be out. Mansi, toes together. Yeah, when your toes go out, that's an external rotation of your thighs, and we don't want that. We want always an internal rotation. Okay, come up. Is there a difference? Yes or no? In Paschimottanasana, do you feel that the mind relaxes more when you have a prop? Or do you feel that it's the same? If you feel that your mind relaxes more, give me a thumbs up. If you feel it's the same, give me a thumbs up.
It just feels as if the asana isn't complete.
Yeah, then you have to think about this. Why would you feel when you're resting that an asana is not complete? That's a very interesting thing that you just said, and I'll think about it a little bit more. But what is the completion of an asana? Like asanas are actually a continuum. It's never complete. It's a continuum. So think a little bit more about this. Like, what, in your opinion, is the completion of an asana and all of that? Yeah. Okay. Now, have we done Vipreet Karani in this class? Legs up the wall posture. We haven't done. Okay, so now we're going to do that. So let me see if I can. Yeah, so it's a little difficult. Okay, actually it looks very simple, but it's difficult to get your hips against the wall. So watch. How you're going to do it is, can you see me completely here? Am I visible? Yeah. Okay, so to get your legs up on the wall, you have to get close to the wall first. Okay, so my entire right side of the body is there. Then I lie down and I'm still against the wall, like I'm still like touching the wall. Then you slowly lift your legs up, so the entire lower body is flat against the wall. And then you can lie. This is your shavasana for today. Vipreet Karani is your shavasana. You're basically at a 90 degree. Okay, back is straight, legs are straight. So let's try that. Yeah, come close to the wall. Yeah, and remember, every time you have to adjust, you will have to come out of the posture and then go up again. Yeah, the more you try to use your legs on the wall to bring your hips closer, the more you're going to push yourself away from the wall. The sitting bones have to be flat against the wall. Good. And then relax. Close your eyes and then relax. For full relaxation, always take your mind to your breath. So a calm breath means a calm mind. Gently bring your awareness back into your own body. Turn to the right side, bring your legs down. You can fold your knees into the chest and turn to one side, and you can lie there in a fetal position. So your knees are like really close to your body, and yeah, and you can use your hand to support your head, the side of the head. Yeah. And then with the left hand, bring yourself up into any comfortable seated meditative asana. Bring your hands together in the Namaskar mudra. Start rubbing your hands together. And place them on your closed eyelids. Rub your hands across your face. And with a few blinks, open your eyes. Thank you. Now, if you have any questions, I'll unmute you guys and you can ask.